Hey, Stink with Us versus Herd. If it's your first time here with the content, hit subscribe. If you want to get notifications for when we post videos, tap the bell. If you want to subscribe to our Options Trading Live channel, I go live Monday through Friday, 30 minutes before market open. We hang out, we watch the charts, we talk about the market, kind of so it's set up for the day. So the link is below in the description for that. And if you want to join the UVH fam, our community, links are below in the description to our Discord and our Options Trading group on Facebook. So if you made money today, comment got paid. If you lost money today, comment below, learned a lesson. And if you could do me a big favor, hit the like button if you're watching this. Really appreciate it. Really helps out the content, helps out my videos, and kind of shows it to a new audience that maybe hasn't seen this stuff before. So thank you so much for the support. Thank you so much. You know, the support's just been unbelievable. So now, getting into it, kind of, there's been a slowdown of videos. One thing I want to address, there's been a slowdown of videos on my part, and mostly that's due to I've been recording the training course. So I've been working on a training course, and I've been working on it for roughly 2 years or so. And to be honest with you, it's probably one of the hardest things that I've ever put together. And it's not because I just want to push out a training course and make a ton of money from it and do that. Like the way that I'm structuring this is the way that I would want to learn options, and setting people up for success for the ways that they can, so that way they can develop their own plan, and that way they can trade profitably under whatever plan they create for themselves, and that way they can define that plan. So the course is not just learning about options, it's about developing a plan, an executable plan that works with your personality and with the time frame you have available to trade in. So it's tough. It's tough. So that's what I've been working on. So if you've been watching this channel, like, hey, why hasn't Nick posted that many videos per week? It's because I've been really tied up just working on content, pushing things out, and just trying to get that all set up. I mean, there's only so many hours in a day. I'm trying my best here. So getting into the market. I mean, as the title of this video is, has the market turned bullish again? One thing, keep in mind. So SPY, what I'm looking at for tomorrow. I mean, SPY cleared what we were looking for it to clear right here, the 342 area. We did clear that, closed up at 343. Now, today was a bit uneventful. We did have most of the action come in the gap up, and then all day, you know, SPY just kind of pinged back and forth like a buck, back and forth. We did have some action to the upside after hours here right now. I mean, I don't know by the time you watch this where we'll be at, or if there's any news that's going to come out to kind of screw up these positions. But right now, bulls back and forth after the S&P or SPY actually went red on the year briefly, just down in this area when it was tapping 320. So it went red in the year. S&P's back to green on the year. Bulls are back in charge despite the coronavirus bill, all the disappointment that's come with that, with, you know, whether you're Democrat, Republican. I mean, things are not going well. However, you know, this whole drama started unfolding when, you know, a couple days ago, there's going to be no deal between the White House and the Democrats, and then Trump said, "Hey, we're actually going to do no deal till after the election." Market tanked, things went bad, and then he said, "Okay, we're going to do a small deal for the airlines. We're going to do a small deal for the stimulus checks for the Americans of $1,200 or whatever." And then the market started rallying again. And then today, Nancy Pelosi said, "We're not going to do that deal." So, like what the? Anyways, we don't know what's going on here. Going to cause me to drop F-bombs on the videos, and YouTube doesn't like that. So we're not going to do that. But you know, the back and forth. But today, I mean, looking at the price action on SPY or anything else, this is when Nancy announced that we were kind of calling up to explode to the upside, and then that report came out, or that press conference that she had. We ran from 344 down to 341, and then we ran back up, and the market just said, "Hey, we don't care." However, I think that we're on some relatively very low volume down in here right now. So we're on some very low volume. I feel like we're just having like an algo melt up, and we're just kind of coasting up. Everyone's kind of in a holding period. I think retail traders are definitely in a holding period. If you do check Google Trends or trends.google.com, you will see that the term stock market. People are searching for the stock market less, and people are searching for options trading less, just because I think that no one knows what's really going to happen. We're kind of in a holding period. Like, do you want to buy a bunch of stock before the election? Do you not want to? Do you want to sell? You don't want to sell. So the best thing to do is do nothing. And I think that's what the people are doing right now. Investors are doing. They're just like kind of hanging out by the sidelines and saying, hey, I don't know if we're going up. I don't know if we're going down. We don't know who's going to win. We don't know if one person wins, the stock market goes up. If this other person wins, the stock market goes down, or it stays the same. We don't know. So with that being said, I think that's why we're experiencing some very, very low volatility and low volume. VXX in general, VXX came down all the way down to from 2450 almost down to 2322 after hours here, closed at 2350, but we're chilling down here. I mean, last time it ramped up pretty good, but we do have the election coming up, so VXX, we'll see if we ramp up. But slow days like this is going to kill volatility. And what does that mean? That means option contracts are probably going to get cheaper. If you buy a call or a put, it's probably going to lose value due to how fast the market is moving, because volatility is relatively low. So, I mean, VIX and VXX above 20. I mean, it's still relatively high. I mean, VIX at 26. VXX at 23. So that, I mean, historically that is high. And then next week we are going to be getting into earnings season. The bank is kicking off earnings season, so be prepared for that. We have the banks already starting to make moves. I mean, JP Morgan up 101, 102 area. However, this is rejection territory. So right now on JP Morgan, going to be really interesting to see. What I'm interested to see on the banks is what saved them last quarter was the amount of trading revenues. And like I said, it appears that the interest in options trading and the stock market has kind of weaned off from earlier this year. People are less interested in it. People are searching for it less, and that means people are probably doing it less. So it's going to be really interesting to see this quarter how trading revenues came back for JP Morgan and Goldman Sachs, because that was a huge driver for the last couple of quarters. Trading revenues exploded, even though other parts of their business didn't do well. So that's why, they really haven't gone anywhere, because one thing offsets the other, and that means they really don't have any catalyst to push up. So here we are with JPM. It's at 102 area. We are at rejection levels like the 103, 104. Definitely be careful here. Goldman Sachs also has earnings next week, and this is kind of back to the range it was in. It's been chilling between 200 and 210. I mean, it goes up, but it goes below, but it really likes the 200 to 210 range. And then Bank of America is I would say underperforming. I mean, all these stocks are super red on the year. It's going to take a miracle for them to break up. I mean, Bank of America tapped the 50-day, closed right under the 50-day today. I mean, can it make a push? Absolutely. But like I said, there's a lot of things right on the line. So right now, I mean, I really haven't made that many trades. I'm probably going to do more trades coming up into earnings season next week. Right now, I'm just kind of chilling, kind of seeing where the market is going, and it appears that we're looking pretty bullish. However, there are some things that can take this market down, such as stimulus talks and things that are going on with politics. But right now, the market appears to be pretty bullish. And Qs are ramping up as well. Qs pushing up. We cleared the 281, 282 area. Well, almost cleared it. It's at 282 right now after hours. Right in here, I mean, obviously it could get rejected, but we did have a bullish crossover here, so we'll see what happens. Apple has been obviously disappointing a lot of people. A lot of people are piling in right now ahead of the iPhone event, and whether that's a good idea or not, we don't know. But right now, I mean, Apple closed red today, even though the market did relatively well, which is pretty crazy. Microsoft also has been struggling as well. It tapped. I mean, it just is chilling right under the 50-day, right for like the past month. It's been just under the 50-day. Just can't seem to stay above the 50-day moving average. And right here again. So the question is, the range is getting real tight. Are we going to explode to the upside or to the downside? I mean, I think that Microsoft probably going to do pretty well for earnings, but I mean, you never know. You never know right now, right? But range is getting tight, so be prepared. Microsoft is ready to move to the upside. I would say, obviously the 220 area or the 200 area right now. So we have plus or minus, I think, in my opinion, $10 to the upside or $10 to the move side, but we need some confirmation. I mean, you thought that you got it here and then exploded to the downside. So, this market's been tricky. What do you guys think? Comment below. Have you been getting faked out by this market? Have you been, what's been happening? Another stock that was pretty surprising today, DKNG. I mean, they had their offering at $52 a share. It's now sub $52. My target area, I think, would be a sweet buy around 48, 49. If it can get there, let's see if it can kind of break 50. It tried to break 50, but it didn't do it. So maybe tomorrow we can get a gap down, but right now that is not looking good. AMD had an announcement today for their new chips, and the market was not rewarded. This is crazy. So this is when the announcement was, and then it just immediately sold off all the way down to 86. I mean, this was crazy. And this is why you shouldn't trade events. Like, a lot of people got messed up on Tesla Battery Day. I lost 3K myself, Tesla Battery Day. Apple event, people got screwed on that. AMD, people got screwed on that. So I think it's pretty safe to say right now, stop trading events. Focus on the chart. Don't trade events. Focus on the chart. But other than that, it's looking pretty bullish. It still looks bullish. Another stock that's doing pretty well right now, ROKU exploded. It had another 11-day up move. So even though volatility is low, there are stocks that are pushing the boundaries, that are super bullish and are pushing now. So money is being flowed into these names. Same with BYND. BYND as well. Pushing up to 200, almost hit today, hit an all-time high, and then sold off, and we had some sort of V-shaped recovery. But, with the unknowns ahead, just keep risk slow, move slow, focus. If you watch this video to the end, let me know. Comment below, watch to the end, hit the like button, and as always, stay safe, stay green. It's us versus herd.